Hi, everybody. This is Andrew Hunziker, CPA. I'm also a CEO and CFO as well. Going to real quickly go over the top 5 secrets to know before hiring part-time CFO. Yeah, maybe you've not done that before, or maybe you have with not a great experience. So here are kind of the top 5 things I would be asking for. Number one, are they a CPA? Yes, you can get many CFOs that are not a CPA. They may be an accountant, they might be a bookkeeper, they might just have an MBA and have worked in the investment banking world. Those people might have good skills, but in your part-time CFO role, you gotta have someone that has rock solid accounting. If you don't, you're just going to run into trouble. I've been a long, long time CPA, been out of Big Four, and so my belief is the first step in adding value is making sure that you have world-class accounting systems, tools, procedures. Um, we feel the absolute first premise of making money is don't lose any. So to do that, your accounting foundation needs to be in place so that you have audit-proof books. So we want you to be able to be protected in a financial audit, an IRS audit, to prevent theft and fraud. There's a lot of fraud in the U.S. right now. Also to provide easier access to capital, and mostly to give you the correct numbers to be able to manage your business. Reports built on poor data are simply poor reports. What deliverables do you need to get as a CEO each month? Many. Let's just start with some high level ones. First off, you need a written accounting policies, procedures, and internals control document. That must be tailored to you and updated quarterly. This is going to ensure that you have the correct policies and procedures in place. A, so you can be auditable when and if that happens, and also to ensure you have accurate and timely accounting as well as risk mitigation. You also need a perpetual data room. This is where you can create, upload, and store all your permanent files, and it's electronic data room, by the way. So your corporate documents, your board documents, legal, leases, notes payable, insurance policies, all that stuff, but also your recurring files like your month-end documents, bank statements, payroll records, expense reports, invoices, and more. We want that data room to be owned by you and controlled by you as a CEO, so it's available to you anytime you want it. We say anytime, all the time, as well as your investors, lenders, auditors. You can share all of it or pieces of it. But again, that's your stuff. You have access to it, and the CFO should just maintain and make sure it's in world-class shape all the time. Um, Also, we want to make sure they have a month-end tie-out system. So this is an actual massive Excel file that's going to tie out every single balance sheet and significant P&L account. It is your audit trail from transaction to source document to GL to trial balance to financials. It's easy to understand. It gives you audit-proof books. So if you're CFO and your entire accounting department leaves and the IRS shows up, they ought to be able to figure out how to trace it forwards and backwards from financials back to source docs. Either way, we rarely find anyone doing this month-end tie-out system. This is the first thing the auditors will do when they come in, is start tying things out. If you don't do this, you will have tons of errors in your books. You're probably not doing this now, and I can just almost guarantee you have a lot of errors in your books. So this is a structured system done every month. It will find and fix errors, and it will also add in all the correct accruals so you know who you owe what to each month and not just what has been sent in the mail. You also want to get your monthly financials, your balance sheet, income statement, statement of cash flows. They need to be presented in clear, understandable, and useful format. Also, once all this is done and tied out and you've got that rock solid audit trail, then let's get to the value add stuff and value add reports. 6-month rolling cash forecast, budget versus actual, variance analysis, financial ratio analysis, competitive benchmarking, KPIs, scorecards, and other analytics such as margin analysis and/or advertising margin analysis. We want to do all that stuff, but we need that rock solid foundation first before we start jumping into those things. Number three, we want your CFO to have the tools and systems already in place before you hire them. 90% of these people are just winging it every month. You're paying them thousands of dollars monthly. You may be getting anywhere from 2 to 10 hours a month, and they're probably just winging it. They're probably coming in, doing a quick review of the financials without a system or tie out. They're printing financials, talking to you maybe about some high level strategy things, and then they're off and gone. You want to make sure they have tools built, including a closed checklist. It's going to show exactly each month what is done, when it will occur, who's responsible, when it will be delivered, and how it will be reviewed and reported to the CEO. We want to make sure, this is number 4, you have a plan for your complete financial picture. So the CFO should do a deep dive into your entire company and personal situation, coordinate with your tax CPA, your bookkeeper, your tax attorney, your estate attorney, financial planner to make sure you are maximizing your entity value, minimizing tax liability while protecting your assets and building a succession and wealth plan. If you don't have all these people, the CFO should plan to put these in place. There's many things you want to be considering. What entities do you use? What structures are best? How do these massive 2017 tax law changes come into play into your life? What are the C corporation benefits that now apply to lots of small businesses? How are you minimizing your tax exposure via current laws, strategies, insurance, retirement plans? What strategies are being used for risk mitigation, insurance, risk of loss? What estate plan is in place, use of trust, succession, and exit planning? What are your investment strategies? Who lead this, and where are you most exposed? These are very important questions. It needs to be a team effort. There needs to be someone coordinating all this stuff. And if it's not done proactively, I can guarantee you it's not done. Some people have part of these pieces in place. Some have very few. And we say good luck getting even any real tax planning from your tax CPA. They're very busy. They usually shoot you a checklist late in the year to fill out. They're not coming doing a deep dive into all your entities and your personal finances and how things relate and how they can maximize your tax savings. Finally, number 5, there is a better way. We call it, I'm going to put it up here on the screen. It's a new choice for CEOs. It's the CFO Accounting Blueprint System. So it's part done for you like a real outsourced CFO, part done with you, and part DIY solutions. We make sure you get all of the key 8 deliverables covered. So you got part coaching and mentoring, part education. We basically have, it's a structured, online, delivered, what we call a 60-day in real world MBA, less than an hour a day. We'll give you everything you need to know to actually either be your own CFO or at least run your team much better. And then finally, it's all the tools, systems that you need, over 50 work papers, templates, and links to where you can make sure all this stuff is being done every single month and when. So we want to make sure that you get all these things. If you'd like to book a free call with me, I will spend an hour with you. We will dive into your specific situation, look at your issues, any possible solutions, pros and cons of each, and the costs. I speak all over the US. I've written articles in Accounting Today, Forbes, many CPA magazines, Wall Street Journal, and others. So I know what I'm talking about. I also teach over 500 CPAs, CFOs, accountants, and bookkeepers all over the US how to do accounting right. So if you want to book a call with me, you can either email me at andrew@cfoben.com, or you can jump on this website, ceocfos.com/book-call, and you can book a call with me. Thanks, everybody.